All right, let's go to some quick ways to make some cash. Want to hit on Apple. You know, opened the day really strong on Friday, but couldn't hold it, down almost 2%. Is it still kind of a dead trade or dead stock?
It's actually giving you some good ranges.
Okay, so dead stock for long-term investor, I guess.
Well, it's consolidating. It's had a big move for it's not going to go if the market doesn't want to go. And the market right now doesn't know whether or not we're going to be back in an uptrend, so Apple can't lead the way. Apple will tell us so when the market's time to get going. Right now, it's just in this lower range. It has a lot of resistance. They're going to probably try and keep this up, be one of the stronger ones because of the end of the quarter here. I would say resistance is around 333. So you have about a little bit of short-term room here before it hits resistance.
Right.
So I think some traders are going to try and be long it versus 325, which was Friday's low. But if all of a sudden it goes from positive to negative and they can't even hold up Apple, that'll give us some clues that this lower end might break and there'll be no markups to be had.
A few stocks and not too much time. So let's hit on BIDU, showing some strength, but then met resistance. Same kind of story here. And is there still a trade?
Yeah, well, BIDU is also, I think, upgraded today. It acted strong on Thursday. Any of those stocks that acted strong on Thursday that led the market as the market bounced, those are the ones that could be strong going into the quarter's end. So try and be long there and watch the relative strength in that. And BIDU and SINA, they've been stronger lately from this lower level.
Well, I was going to bring up SINA because that's a little bit more risky because a lot more volatile. So is it really do you really want to be long headed into the end of the quarter?
Well, it does provide the risk and reward. SINA was up huge on Thursday, so it shows you that with the risk you can be rewarded if you're there correctly, but you have to have that risk tolerance. I would say go with BIDU. It's a little meatier, it's a little safer, you can get in and out a little quicker.
And then QualComm is interesting because it's trading above the 200-day, which is impressive because a lot of stocks aren't, or at least jumping around it. What do you make of QualComm?
I think a lot of institutions like QualComm, and I was looking at it last week. It also had a decent bounce on that Thursday. It doesn't look great. It's above the 200-day. This is one of those stocks that you put on the back burner for when the market gets better, just like that watch list.
Your long-term buy list kind of thing?
Yeah.
All right, I want to hit on Lululemon. Couldn't breach its all-time high of like 106.75 here, but I think it could see some kind of catalyst today because Nike reports after the bell, and I think that Lulu could move on Nike, but Lulu has been hanging in much better than Nike and also has better pricing pressure and margins than Nike.
Well, Lulu's been one of the chosen ones. Even it made new highs, I believe, on that Thursday. So guys who saw the relative strength sort of above all the moving averages did well. Now, again, it's going to be hard for these things to have any traction when we're not sure if the market's going to be, holding in or going lower. So right here, it looks still positive, but you can't buy strength here because the market isn't in a position for buying strength. You have to buy it correctly.
But would you sell that kind of rally then?
I would just say if you're in that stock for the longer term, congratulations. It's been one of the better ones. But I would say don't add to it up here. And if you're trading it, make sure you're watching the relative strength versus the futures.
And real quick, let's hit on WYNN because it's been one of those really big movers. I saw today that Macau May visitors arrival was up almost 10% year over year.
Right.
Something.
Well, WYNN is the class of the casinos. We had a nice trade on it a few weeks ago. I haven't really looked at it ever since it broke this upper area. And now it's trying to create a lower area. I think this is still an avoid. It could hit this level if the market gets more pressured. I would just avoid it. It's not clear.